Minds is a nonprofit vocational school for young men and women who have autism, and they're preparing for careers in motion picture, TV post-production, and the digital arts, which is sort of a natural for us in Southern California. And last year, we showcased their animated video that was about the life of Barry Brazelton, and I'm happy to report they're back here for an encore performance. And I'd like to invite Ernie?
Right here?
Ernie Merlin to come up here. He's got, it's a 3-year program, and we will be interviewing these kids who have, young people who have entered the workplace and who are making a success of it, a real success that is getting national, international acclaim. Patrick Brady and Ariel Guthrie, Lloyd Hackle, and Eli Katz are the 4 students who will be joining us. We also have in the front row many members of the other Exceptional Minds classes, and I would love to meet you back at their booth. We have with us Josh Dagg, who is their lead instructor, and Ernie Merlin, who is the head of the educational program. And these kids did the visual effects, and some visual effects for the recent Hollywood blockbuster, American Hustle. So they've also created, and all the students have created credits and visual effects for several films, as well as animations and websites for many other companies and organizations. And we're thrilled today to be able to premiere another animation they created especially for our Profectum conference, and to introduce it, Ernie.
I'll be short. You guys are about to see the premiere of a movie we made specifically for the Profectum conference. The students came up with the ideas, the students created the characters, animated the characters, and did the voiceovers for the characters. So we're really excited to show you this. This is all about convention etiquette and how you should behave when you're here at the convention.
Dressing appropriately can command respect from your colleagues. Avoid being a source of odors. Wear deodorant. Bathe and brush your teeth. Be punctual, especially if you have an appointment with someone. If you smoke, do it like a mother. If you want to compliment someone, stick to their creativity and skills, not their looks.
Oh, I love your book and every part of it.
When talking to a book signer and there is a line, don't monopolize their time. Ask your question, get your answer, thank them for your time. Ask politely to take a picture rather than snapping the picture covertly. While waiting for the speaker, keep your voice down.
Hey, Joe, have a fly. Excuse me, can you please lower your voice? Hey, Joe, have a fly.
When the speaker begins, stop talking and turn off all devices.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the pleasure of introducing to you a new...
Ask questions only if they're about the topic at hand.
I want a bigger piece of the pie. Pepperoni, 1/3 veggie, 1/3 BBQ, and 1/3 special sauce.
Who do you want to be?
Okay, so I'd like to introduce you guys to Josh Dagg, and Rick introduced you a little bit earlier. And Josh is the teacher that's been working with them all on doing special effects for these movies. So So I'm going to let him walk you through this reel of all the special effects we've done this year.
All right, thank you. So I've been working with these guys, for these guys particularly, for all 3 years of their schooling with us at Exceptional Minds, and for all the visual effects projects that we've been working on. I just wanted to give you a little rundown of the visual effects that we do at Exceptional Minds. We do more than just this, but this is a lot of the stuff that we've done most recently. All right, so the nature of visual effects is making things happen after all the filming is done in a way that couldn't be done during the filming process. So there's a quick demonstration. There's a lot of stuff from American Hustle here. For example, if the camera was shaky when they were filming, we can smooth it out and make it work better. Also, we corrected the color quite a bit. We remove food from plates or remove anything else that doesn't want to be in there. We can also go in and remove text that isn't supposed to be on the plane. We have to do with everything that passes in front of it too. Removing lights that aren't supposed to be there. We also can change the color of things using rotoscoping. Rotoscoping is the act of drawing shapes over the things you want to separate out. In this case, we wanted to separate out the car itself. So we drew shapes around the car where the paint showed so we could change the color of the car. Now, in this case, if there's a lot of movement, obviously you have to draw more pictures. The pictures have to move a lot more, so it's more difficult. This can even be done, this process of rotoscoping can even be done on animation. We recently did a job for Futurama, or actually this is Lawless. Here, I will get back to Futurama. What we did here also was rotoscoping in terms of changing colors of the hat band again. This is Garrett Oldman walking away from the camera, and you can see a very clearly changed hat. We can change backgrounds, entire backgrounds there. This is how the shot looked in the movie. These are our credits. We did the end title crawl. We wrote all the titles and animated them, and that appeared in the film as well. More cleanup shots, removing license plates, removing titles from buildings. As you can see before and after, it's seamless. The whole point of doing these kind of cleanup shots is they cannot afford to go back and reshoot. So instead of going back and getting the actors back, getting the location back, they just get us to remove it. So you don't have to go and refilm this. So in the end, it works out to be much cheaper just to hire us. So you can even do combination shots where you take the left side and the right side from two entirely different shots and blend them together as though they're one shot. This is called a window comp, where you basically create a doorway, an open doorway where there previously wasn't one. And yeah, it's pretty much all about getting the shot that you couldn't get on the day. Now this is what I was talking about before with animation. We did rotoscoping to actually separate this animated character out from his background so he could be used in a promotional for the show. So here we go. No matter what they're doing, you can separate them out and make them look like they're all there by themselves, okay? So you guys feel like you know a little bit more about visual effects? By the students, or professional, for pay. They all got paid for it, so I think that's definitely worth celebrating.
Isn't this remarkable? We just watch the movies and see these cartoons and things that just happens, and it doesn't just happen. It really takes the hard work, and you are just amazing at being able to do this behind the scenes. So every time we all go to a movie, we'll know who's doing it. Thank you so much. So I prepared some questions. We've met before, and we'll stick with it and see where else we're going to go. Well, let me just ask, Eli, let's start with Eli.
Yeah.
What does it feel like to be able to, do this work?
Okay. It was Oscar nominated. I just felt ashamed that it didn't win anything. But anyway, well, I
Still want to go and look.
that too. It felt great, like doing the work on it, even after giving it. And after I've done the work, I was tempted to go see it myself, and I did actually. I did stay in for the credits, and my name was up on there. So.
for you to believe it. Wow. But this work is really hard. I mean, you were mentioning that, Josh, and it really looks like, oh yeah, how did you respond to these challenges?
Rotoscoping is a very sort of nuanced type of work. You have to have sort of a keen eye for the various lines that are needed to create the lines. There's a lot of sort of different steps to get to the final product. I actually enjoy this kind of challenge, but it can be challenging as well as extremely time consuming. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to have gotten to work on it, because I just didn't think it was something that was possible until I started doing it.
Well, was there anything you did when you were younger that led you in this direction that you enjoyed?
I've been doing art ever since I was really small. Lots of tracing at first, so that definitely helps with rotoscoping, is trying to trace the shapes. I've drawn ever since I was little, and never really stopped.
And you keep going, so it's an early passion. That's wonderful. Patrick, how did your studies at Exceptional Minds help you develop the skills you need to do this work? These are not automatic.
Well, basically, the programs basically used Silhouette and Mocha. Well, basically before I used those, simply had to use Flash, Photoshop, and just a little bit more progress with Illustrator. But before I knew that, it just I'm more like of a drawing thing instead of like tracing. Even though I did a lot of tracing when I was young. And when I was being introduced by those programs, the Silhouette and Mocha, I couldn't see why I had to give it a try. It's just like a little bit like a little step-by-step of learning the new things, and you can get a little bit more better of art. For drawing and a lot of good stuff.
So that took a lot of persistence and hard work, I'm sure of that. But it sounds like you liked doing some of this before, and you were able to now shape it into this very detailed work. Wow. I was wondering, we have this team, we have the rest of the class sitting with us here today, and Lloyd, do you work together as a team?
We work together in a pipeline with Josh's help.
Great. And do you like working with a team now?
Yes.
Oh, great.
I have learned to work better in a group setting and not yell out as much.
Very much appreciated, I'm sure. But, you all found your passion in this work. How did you discover that you had these creative abilities? Let me ask Eli.
Okay, yeah. Can you repeat that question?
Sure. When did you first discover you had the talents and the creative abilities to do this work?
And 3 years old, I started drawing, started tracing out the cartoon characters and whatnot, but I didn't know how to animate them until I come to the school where I could learn how to animate them.
So that early pleasure you took in it really just kept growing and growing. Did anything surprise you, Ariel, about how you could learn to do this, that you could channel such an early interest into this accomplished work?
I remember one of the first times I sat down to do rotoscoping, I sort of was looking over the clip and, they said, okay, well, we're going to trace around it and here's these tools and yes, you got to do this and this and this to make sure that this happens. And I just sat there and it was like I was about to face some sort of really scary monster that just didn't really seem like it was going to be something that I was ever going to remember how to do. That I was ever going to really learn how to use the tools properly. The more and more I did it, the more practice I got, and it became a lot easier, and I realized, oh, this big monster that I thought, waiting for me in the darkness is actually just like a little dog that's like, come out, say hello. And yeah, so by the time American Hustle came by, American Hustle came into sort of what we were working on, I was prepared, and I didn't think that I would really be able to do it in a professional capacity. I said, oh, like they're gonna want me to redo parts, they're gonna say that I didn't do a good job or something, and I actually, the shots that I worked on, as far as I know, weren't asked to come back for me to rework them at all. Sitting there and watching the movie in theaters, I realized I could do this in a professional capacity, and there's my name right there to prove it.
What a contribution, but you surprised yourself too. Well, let me ask you, Patrick, were other people surprised that you could do this?
Yeah, they were really, really surprised. Mostly my mom.
Why do you think she was surprised?
That I would be actually worked in an actual movie, well, before I did the credits over Lawless. I just can't even quite handle the a little pressure just to tell everyone.
Right. So do you see yourself in a different way now?
Yeah, just the way I talk to my family, my friends, or whoever I can basically try to talk to, just the way that I talk to them, they just see me as like an actual professional, worker instead of just a normal person.
You all indeed are professionals at this. Is there anything else? Were you going to say something? Oh, yes. Is there anything else you would like to share with us to help us better understand the impact having this opportunity has been for you? Sure, please.
I just, wanted to get it out there. The information is that we are still near the beginning phase. These are 4 members of our first graduating class. 4 years ago, this was just an idea. This was just a dream. Now it's a reality. And what we need more than anything else is the support of people who believe in what these guys are doing, whether it's in contributions or in just the opportunities to do work for you, to do the same sort of things that we've done for major studios and done for even this convention. The opportunities to give them real world experience does more for them than just about anything else. It's the knowledge that they can do it, that they can perform at a professional level, whereas some people might have thought that they were going to be relying on other people for their entire lives. My youngest brother is autistic, that's how I joined up with Exceptional Minds. That's why this cause is so important to me. And seeing the confidence and the accomplishments that my students have had, it gives me hope like nothing else. So what we need to continue to give this kind of hope is just opportunities to prove that we can do it and give each new generation of students that sort of hope, that sort of opportunity.
So, on that, let me ask. Thank you, Josh. That was really well said, and I want to build one more question in that, which is talking about hope and opportunity in the future. What do you see yourself doing 5 years from now?
What I see myself doing 5 years from now is working at the Exceptional Minds studio on projects for Disney animation.
Yeah. Does anyone else have some thoughts about that future?
Well, basically, 5 years from now, I see myself working at the animation studio. Just start off like for Flash, start off like internet, then and probably work at the actual animation studio, like Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or some sort, and partly to do part-time job of rotoscoping.
I'm not sure where I'd go after I graduate, but I think I've been given an opportunity to like work here for a year until I start moving out, just to learn the skills that I need to work out in the field. So.
I too will be working at the studio, learning what it takes to work in a professional environment. I hope to see myself possibly doing some concept design work with a focus on creatures specifically, as that's something that I've been doing since I was very, very young, creating various mythological and futuristic various things. So, yeah, that would be really, really awesome.
Just so you all know, the school now is starting full-time in June. We're going to have a studio aspect to the school. It's primarily for graduates, new graduates like these four and more, and it's an opportunity to get more of the work experience without having to worry about interviewing or maintaining a job right out of school. But we are doing whatever we can to build the contacts that it would take to have our students placed highly in companies like Disney, like Nickelodeon, like Cartoon Network. We've been building these reputations for as long as we've been open, and we're definitely hoping that whoever could function in the outside world, in whatever we need to give them to make sure that they feel confident to do so will, and anyone who feels less confident would have a place with us in our studio, which again is opening this June. On behalf of Exceptional Minds, I did want to thank you all and Profectum and our very cordial presenter for giving this opportunity to speak.
I think we thank you. You really humble us in showing us that expectations really need to be raised by all of us and finding a way to create these opportunities, and you are really an exceptional group, and we hope to continue to learn from all you do so we can help so many of the other people we work with. So thank you so much.
amazing. See what happens when you change that dialogue. You presume competence, you always go from that place, you raise the bar, and when we believe in themselves. And that's what you've created with Exceptional Minds, a place where anything can happen for all these kids. Thank you so much. And stand up, all of you.